Yeah. Yeah. Real team. Dynamite. You know the vibes. Alright. Let's go. Another day I'm alive, gotta succeed, gotta grind, gotta guide. Walk on my mind, make the best of my time. Say some things on a beat, that's some foot one rewind. In the music I find worlds to express, angels rest in these instrument. Messages sent and received and them relevance. The vessel deliver, expand your intelligence. Embrace the journey, let it teach you to guide. Best to be humble before you can stride. Those who I know share the warmth for my joy as I pray every day for our futures to bright. So we do the work.
Peace and greetings, family. You're listening to WHCR 90.3 FM. This is PJ Show, and I'm your host, Pajani PJ Flurry. We have another great one for you this week. We'll be covering news in our first segment, and then later on, we'll be speaking about Haiti. Once again, we have a guest with us that will be speaking about the work he's been specifically doing in Haiti, and also will be, again, just following what's going on in Haiti, the crisis situation that's going on in Haiti right now. But a little closer to home, of course, for our news segment, we are joined by Malachi God Allah. How you doing, brother?
Peace, peace. I'm great, sis. Thank you very much for the invitation once again.
Yeah, some interesting things going on in our local community here that we thought was important was a missing teen out of Rosedale. He's autistic, nonverbal. There was an urgent search when he was reported missing. His name is Chad May, and he was found. He was found, thankfully.
Yeah, thank you. Children with, special needs, like the young brother was autistic, or is autistic. He disappeared from, like you said, his home in Queens, and he was discovered in Manhattan on Wednesday, a couple of days later, and thankfully, he was safe and stuff. But, with children like that, man, again, the community needs to come out and, pay extra attention, because I know people who have autistic children and stuff, and I know that, they need, not, they just need the extra eye on them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
think this family got an important lesson, because I think they were allowing him to have some freedom, right? Some independence, where he would go and ride his bike. But this particular day, he went out and rode his bike and didn't come back. There was a case, this is years back. I want to say maybe this is going back 2013. Autistic child left his school, and the school got into a lot of trouble because he actually walked right past the security guard and left the school. But unfortunately, he was found in the East River. So these children are very vulnerable. The city is not a nice place. And I would say, if you want to give them freedom and maybe give them a sense of freedom with letting them go out and do their thing, but keep an eye on them, fall back, you just have, that a little hovering. They might get the feel of being independent and doing their own thing. But, you can't take the chance. We cannot take the chance. But I did appreciate the urgent response from law enforcement to find him. There was a massive search that was conducted, and that's why the results were, positive with him being found. And we always want to mention that, because there was a very long time where our missing person stories in cases did not get the attention that it needed. So we're happy to see that happen in this case.
Yeah, definitely. Also, another preventive measure that you were speaking about earlier is, like, nowadays you could put a wrist monitor or ankle monitor on the child or something, just in case, so that, if it does happen again, at least you can locate them. You know what I mean?
Yep. Good point.
Yeah,
Yeah, and even
Put
cell
it in your
phones with
wallet.
the Find My iPhone, type of technology where you would be able to find someone. Yeah, very good point. Very good. So hopefully that helps some families out there. And the
Protect the
last,
children.
sorry,
I don't mean to cut your wisdom. I said
no,
protect the children.
yes, yes, we must be vigilant. And so the last story that we're going to cover is the case of Sheldon Johnson. Sheldon Johnson was a formerly incarcerated brother. He was incarcerated for quite some time, came home last year, and he had been a outspoken advocate for criminal justice reforms, especially when it comes to support when people come home. He was out, they dubbed him like a public voice for rehabilitation after incarceration. But funny enough, he and this is in his past. In 1999, he was convicted for homicide, robbery, and other charges, and again did quite some years. He came home, I believe, with every intention to change his life. He's 48 years old at this time, and it was found that, well, right now he has been arrested and charged with a murder and dismemberment of a Bronx man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy too, cause like I've seen videos of him, advocating for, prisoners after they are released back into society, working and getting back on their feet and starting over.
Yeah.
And then this come out, and like you said, it's crazy because from the reports that I came across is that neighbors heard gunshots up in the Bronx, in the high-brick section of the Bronx, of the apartment he was in, and there's video footage and pictures from the surveillance in the building that see him leaving the building the same day with bags and changing his clothes, on that day, carrying different bags out, and they found, like you mentioned, body parts of the individual that he supposedly killed, whose name was Colin Small. And that's crazy, man. Like,
Yeah.
to kill somebody is one thing, but to
Yeah.
dismember them, what I mean? I think that takes a whole nother state of mind to do,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That, that sounds kind of nasty.
Yeah, but beyond that, you got, like you said, you gotta be a different kind of person to really go through with something like that, move it around, trying to cover it up. That's one of his charges, concealing a human body, because that's a whole nother charge in and of itself when you try to body, somewhere else, if you try to disintegrate the body. That was a big thing that had come out in that show, Breaking Bad. They were showing them, clearing up their evidence by just getting rid of the whole body and just putting it in acid, and then that's it. Like, no body, no case kind of thing. And I heard like a few cases like after that where people were kind of using that method. And that's why you got to be careful with different things that you're putting in your psyche.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And again, he's accused of it. He hasn't been convicted yet, so
True.
we don't know. But you're right. It's difficult for people to do time, especially men, to do time in the penal system and come out with a positive outlook. You know what I mean? It's a lifelong journey. You know what I mean? Not just when you first come home. You know what I mean?
True.
It has to be something that continues on. Because there's like a high rate of people being reincarcerated after being released. It's the minority that don't go back. You know what I mean? So
Very true.
Stand strong and stay disciplined because
Yeah.
it's very difficult.
Yeah. And then now, having to go through, and we don't know the specifics. And again, like you just said, we don't want to speak in absolutes, like, okay, he definitely did it. Although some good evidence, right? Because there's surveillance. And that's what I don't understand, how people not understanding that about the world. Like, this is not, your 1990s criminal, landscape. This is 2024 where they can track you from one part of the city all the way to the next part of the city. That's how even Bobby Shmurda and them had got locked up and convicted. They had the same clothes on. They went to the Barclays with the same clothes on that they committed a crime, and they had both both locations. So it was like so easy to ID. So people gotta be aware of that. It's supposed to be a deterrent. It's supposed to make our communities safer. So yeah, so those are our news stories for this week. I thank you once again, Malachi, Knowledge God, Allah, for joining us for this segment and putting your two cents in. It's always very enlightening.
Yes, and thank you for the opportunity and thank you for the platform to have a voice once again, because it's very important for people to realize that we are the people as well. We're community people, so we're doing to bring information to them the same way we having our conversations at home.
Yeah, absolutely. So until then, we'll be back same time, same place next week here on WHCR 90.3 FM.
Peace and prosperity.
C'est un compte dans le paradis, nous en belle fleur dans mon blayi, donc tout le monde qui vive là-dedans, il a une chance pour le détorer, à pied coco et vol en mer, belle fleur poussée dans chaque saison, qui empêche de fatiguer. Haïti chérie, en avant comme sorti la mamelle ou nourrir, chérie, pour bon Jean-Pierre Mangor aussi à cap chanter, chérie, la moi blayi.
Peace and greetings, family. This is WHCR 90.3 FM. You're listening to PJ's show, and I'm your host, of course, Pajani PJ Flurry. We have a very interesting topic and person to speak with this week, continuing our discussion on Haiti. Obviously, right now, 2024, early April, Haiti is still dealing with a large amount of violence in the streets in Port-au-Prince in the capital. Of course, I am Haitian. I mentioned that last show. I'm of Haitian descent. This is a topic that's very, obviously near and dear to me, but also near and dear to a lot of people. As I mentioned last show, just people in general that are revolutionaries, right, at heart. People who want to see change in the world really revere Haiti, and Haiti is one of those pinnacle places that people look to for examples, for inspiration, for just a revolutionary spirit. People always talk about that, right? That's Haitians' claim to fame. And so to see what's happening in Haiti right now is disturbing. It is disappointing, and just quite sad also, because many of us still have family there, and they're just facing unbelievable circumstances. And again, I will point out that this mainly is in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. This is centralized in the capital city of Haiti, Port-au-Prince. Most of the rest of the country is dealing with challenges, but not to the level of Port-au-Prince. And we read some headlines last time. The headline that I think stuck out to me the most is that there are outside influences, there are outside governments that are also the people are calling on them to come in. They are looking into how they can come in and address the situation. I'm not really sure if that's the right way to go. It's what's led Haiti here, a lot of outside influence. There's a lot to discuss, to unpack when it comes to Haiti. Well, one of the things I wanted to speak about and speak with is those that are actually doing things, people that have been doing things for a number of years, that have built institutions and organizations around lifting Haiti up, one of them being Spring Break in Haiti, an organization that's been in operations for well over a decade now, that recognized Haiti as a beautiful tourist attraction with much to offer in terms of arts, culture, entertainment, and just a great vibe, right? And history, a lot of history. And it's taken on many, I would say, adaptations. I would say the country has kind of shaped Spring Break in Haiti instead of the other way around, which is great. So I've gotten to see Spring Break in Haiti grow and go through its transformations, and wanted to speak with one of the founders about Spring Break in Haiti and about a lot of the work that he's been doing on and off the island. So please welcome to the show, Gregory Jesus LUC.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be on your platform, PJ. Appreciate the work that you're doing as well. And, of course, we've known each other for quite a while. And I've been watching you as well, and I've watched your growth. And I admire and love what you're doing. And, again, appreciate you for welcoming me on this platform.
Of course. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for what you have been doing for our beloved Haiti. So tell us a little bit, how did Spring Break in Haiti, just begin? How did you birth that movement, and which transformations has it taken on over the years?
Wow. Well, Spring Break in Haiti, was actually an idea. Of course, we're familiar with Spring Break, just as a theme, as a term. As young Haitian Americans who were born and raised in New York City, who have been educated here, have gone through high school, college, and, just being part of the college experience and knowing what Spring Break was and being of Haitian descent, we wanted to reintroduce Haiti to the world. We felt as young Haitian Americans, again, because of the negative stigmas that's been attached to the culture for so long, again, growing up here and growing up with those negative stereotypes, we felt, this was our opportunity, our chance to reintroduce the culture, re-educate people about the culture, about, everything that Haiti has to offer in general, its history, everything. Haiti has rich history, and that was what we felt was missing, from what, growing up here in America and getting caught up in the propaganda and, like I said, a lot of the negative stigmas and stereotypes that's been attached. So it really grew and came from that, that's what kind of motivated it, the initiative. And, of course, being of Haitian descent, it was also an opportunity to really educate people about, the culture. So it was a patriotic kind of thing to do at the same time, and it, I think, again, being part of the diaspora, who else, would be able to tell this story? We've, as far as the transitions, we've gone through many transformations, dealing with the politics of Haiti. We've had to kind of structure our organization, based on the, how the country is moving, or where the country is at politically. The country hasn't been stable in the last 3 years, so we've had to make a major transformation, one being transitioning over to the other side of the island and visiting Dominican Republic, and highlighting again, Haitian, the Haitian culture in Dominican Republic, a lot of the stigmas that's attached to that with Haitians and Dominican relations. We've been able to, we've also done trips to, during COVID, we had to make a transition and a quick change where we took students to Miami. So we've done a spring break in Little Haiti, Miami, where we've, introduced the culture of Miami, the city of Miami, as well as spoke about the two major cultures that exist in Miami, which are Haitian culture, Cuban culture. Of course, highlighting how Miami, the origin of Miami and how it started, and how Miami became a city. So, we've done a lot of transitions. We've gone through a lot. We've been active for a little over about 15 years. We've been active. So, our agenda and objective was to just reintroduce this, beautiful, rich culture to the rest of the world. And, of course, focusing on, our target market, which is, higher ed, high school students, college students.
Now, at the time, so you said 15 years, so early 2000s, even myself being Haitian, it sounded weird to me. Like, you are taking people to Haiti? And you get that a lot, but at the same time, you got a great response. And you were taking groups down, maybe 15, 20 people year after year. How did that feel to you? Of course, with the naysayers, but the people who really believed and got excited and all the way to actually attending spring break in Haiti?
That was it was a feeling of accomplishment, to be honest, but, I'm still working, so I haven't, but we did feel like we were getting over a hump. In the beginning it was a little difficult. A lot of people were apprehensive just because, again, because of the connotation that Haiti has. And when you think of spring break, people normally think of, Cancun and vacationing and, jet skiing. And this was a little bit different, where it was more of an alternative type of trip where students would be engaging and immersing themselves in culture and education and really getting a chance to feel like what it is to be, Haitian, local for the week, for a week. For me, just the climb from starting in 2008. And again, you mentioned the naysayers, and a lot of people couldn't believe that, spring break in Haiti. It was like, wow, Haiti. Like, why would we go to Haiti for spring break? But, we kept beating the pavement. And, interestingly enough, to be honest, like, where the silver spoon came when, and some might call it a tragedy, and some might say it was triumph, but when the earthquake happened, that's what actually really had people gravitating to Haiti. In 2010, the earthquake took place, and which rocked the country, specifically Port-au-Prince and some of the neighboring cities. And the world got a chance to really open their eyes and take a look at Haiti. And I had already been, again, beating the pavement, trying to promote this, unique initiative. And people started reaching out, and more so reaching out for help. I guess people were Googling different organizations, and being that we had our knees already deep in the soil, people were reaching out to Spring Break in Haiti. Like, how can we help? We noticed that there's this going on, and we would like to donate and help. And that was our first official trip. And we took a SUNY Albany, I apologize. SUNY Albany, State University of New York, SUNY Albany, we took a group, an MSW program, a group of about 15 students out to, during the time we had to travel through Dominican Republic and then bust into Haiti because no planes were flying in. And that was the first trip. And that trip, a memorable trip, a life-changing experience for those students who, at the time when we got to Haiti, we were about, 2 months, not even a month and a half after the earthquake. So we went in about March, about January 12th was when the earthquake happened, and we went in about March. And if you can imagine, Haiti was still chaotic, as far as the itinerary was changing from day to day, but these students came in and they got a chance to really see what was going on firsthand. We did a lot of service work on the ground, water distribution. We visited orphanages. These students came in with stuff to drop off as well, whether it be first aid or toys, books. But they definitely came and we visited some hospitals and did some hospital shadowing. So at the time, it was day to day, but that was the trip that really put the battery in my back because of what was going on at the time in Haiti. It really made us, it really gave us this confidence that we were able, during the midst of an earthquake, able to bring students into the country, from outside, from the United States and navigate them through the island. And that was really what gave us the confidence to continuously do the trip. And as we continued, we ended up, focusing more on HBCU just because New York City, the dynamics of spring break in New York City, students going to school in New York City, really students don't really travel for spring break. A lot of students work and go to school or, live at home and go to school. So the finances and again, the dynamics of how college life is, or university life in New York doesn't really allow for, those spring breaks. But we ended up focusing on the HBCU, historical black colleges and universities. And we've been, getting most of our groups and students from the HBCU circuit. So, it really gave us the confidence to continuously do these trips. We've seen nothing but life-changing experiences from these students. And, we continue these trips as we move forward.
That's really amazing, honestly, because you have to have a lot of confidence in yourself, a lot of confidence in, I would say, a higher power, right?
Absolutely.
Because to say that you're responsible for 15 young people to go into unknown territory, right? Because you probably hadn't been to Haiti since the earthquake happened. So you really had to have a lot of trust in yourself and a lot of trust in God to bring you through that trip. And that's amazing. I don't think I would have had that confidence and that tenacity to say I could do this and bring these people there and back safely. So good for you. Kudos to you on that. And I'm so happy that everything went well. Obviously, a lot of people would want to go to Haiti, but they're concerned about the security. That's their main thing. And so now, fast forward to recent years, you mentioned having to pivot and go to Miami, go to DR, and you mentioned while you were in Miami examining the Cuban culture as well, and now examining the Dominican Republic culture, and now examining the Dominican culture. And we've spoken because even I said, why would you go to DR? There's so much animosity there. There's so much negative energy there. talk a little bit about how the Haitian experience connects with the Spanish, let's just say, the Spanish experience, whether that's DR, PR, Cuba?
Well, I mean, I'm learning, and what I've learned is that essentially these are the same people, for the most part. The African, the story, the colonizers came into, the West Indies, or what they call the West Indies, and, were first met with the natives, Arawakans, Tainos, and eventually when they got sick and couldn't, do the work on the land, they went and got Africans. So, mostly from West Africa and from different parts of West Africa. So for me personally, it's the same people. Even the culture, is pretty much the same. I think the only, I often joke with, with my peers that if Haiti spoke Spanish instead of French, like Haiti probably wouldn't be going through half of the stuff that they're going through right now. Just that one change, just the language. Wow. The language was different, because I say that only to say that, that is what kind of separates Haiti, honestly, from the rest of the islands, really, in the West Indies. We're pretty much one of the major and biggest island on the country in the Caribbean that speaks French, Creole, and yes, there's the other smaller islands, the French, Caribbean islands, but for the most part, Haiti is like, in the middle of, English speaking countries and Spanish, being Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Cuba. But as far as, differences, honestly, aside from language, there's not much, aside from the spices. There's really not much, our foods are pretty much the same, different spices, traditional food, rice, beans, some type of meat, be it chicken, pork, or a beef. Aside from, religion, a lot of it is pretty much the same, throughout the island. Christianity dominates. Of course, they love to demonize Haiti for its voodoo, but not knowing that voodoo is, a positive way of life and has, just like all the other religions have been, we can demonize some of the other religions and pick, the negative parts of them. People have done the same with voodoo. But most of these islands, these, Spanish speaking islands, practice the same thing, I think that just, Haiti is just, I'm sorry?
There's more that connects us than separates us.
Absolutely, without a doubt, without a doubt.
I didn't think about it like that. That's cool.
Yeah, without a doubt, But language, I think it just makes it easy to be like, you over here and this person's over here, So that plays an intricate part of the separation. But essentially, it's the same people. I spoke at Hostos about 2 weeks ago, and interestingly enough, it was to Hostos. The population of Hostos is probably 80% Dominican. Hostos College right here in the Bronx, and so naturally the group I spoke to were mostly Dominican, and I was explaining to them that there's really not a difference. It's like if I took a group of people and put them in this one room, and then came in and split the room in half, it'd still be the same people. Possibly even cousins or brothers might even be on the other side, and then just gave you out two different languages. But it's that really that simple. Even the border between Haiti and Dominican Republic. I've taken footage of this. There's no border. It's like a gate that separates it. So there's no water that separates the island. Absolutely nothing. It's just someone who's telling you this side is Dominican Republic and this side is Haiti. So yeah, there is, and yeah, you have mentioned that to me. Quite a few people have mentioned that, but I realized, like, to really get an understanding of the island, because we're not vacationing. These trips are not vacation. You have to understand both sides, and you have to get the perspective on both sides, and even our Dominican Republic trips have been eye-opening for a lot of our students because there's a lot of questions being asked. Dominican Republic really reveres Christopher Columbus, and of course here in America, we've been debunking Christopher Columbus for like the last decade or so. And a lot of the students that I have, who are American students, of course, are going to DR. And while we're going on these colonial trips, and they're like highlighting Christopher Columbus. So these questions are being asked. So even the Dominicans, they've been miseducated themselves, by their higher, ups or the people, so it's
good point.
So it's a lot of good dialogue and good conversation, When I look on social media today, I see a lot of these conversations being, people are talking. So I think the conversation and just the stuff being out there, it makes, just for, conversation, good conversation, and for, stuff to reveal itself. Some lies have been told and, some facts have been hidden. So.
Very true. Very true. No, that's just really powerful, man. I'm so happy that we met all those years back. I was president of the Haitian Student Organization at SUNY Stony Brook at the time, and you came up and you spoke to our student body there, and it was great. So all those years back, I think that was even before the earthquake too. It was like Yeah. So that's
age right now.
Yeah, right. And that's okay because we true to this, we're true to this. And I think that's one of the important parts and what you've seen over the years. And so with that, over the years, you've gotten a really good look. Sometimes you go there ahead of trips, after trips to tie up loose ends and things like that. So you really have your ear to the ground, to the people in Haiti. So tell me from your perspective how the last few years have kind of descended into what we see now in Haiti. Give us a quick overview based on what you experienced over the years and seeing Haiti and experiencing Haiti as well, up close and personal.
Well, I mean, for me, there's the country that's just functioning on a day-to-day, people who are just trying to survive, and then there's politics, and unfortunately Haiti has been undergoing, or going through political trauma, I would say, since the dictatorship in 1987, since Baby Doc left, prior to that, Haiti was under dictatorship for about, somewhere close to 30 years. And after that, at some point in the 90s, they declared Haiti as a democracy. But, a very multi-layered question because there's so many layers, or answers, I should say, because there's so many layers. As far, Haiti is just, again, been just dealing with, unraveling its just, oh man, just trying to unravel, the Haiti's political structure is very difficult, It's a very biased government, a very crooked government, and, that's what unfortunately the people have to deal with, get caught up in it and have to deal with that. So, in the last few years, the political nature of the country hasn't been, hasn't worked for us, Like I mentioned earlier, we've had to transition our trip to my, Dominican Republic, the other side, and Miami, at some point. And that was due to COVID, and the country, of course, the unstableness of the government. So, it makes it difficult, not just for me and what I've seen, but just for the people and the way of life. So, again, like I said, it's a very multi-layered, answer because, the government is the government is just not, a stable government. It's not a stable government, and a lot of bureaucracy and again a lot of crookedness, and because of that, it's just kind of brought Haiti to where it's at now. A lot of hands are playing in the mix of this. You have people like, I wouldn't say people, but different governments, outside governments like the American government, the Canadian government, the French government, that is benefiting off of Haiti being the way it is. The oligarchs who control a lot of the country's wealth and the country's import, export, the country's borders. These people, their interest is not for the masses.
Right. Okay. Got it. Now, when people do come here, whether you're on the Biden program or not, there are spaces here, right, in the States that are like little Haitis. There are amazing Haitian communities, and Haitians are very numerous, just FYI in general. And so they bring that same energy here, and there's huge pockets of Haitian communities. In Brooklyn, New York is one of them, and there has been a distinction made in recent years. A specific part of Haiti, a specific part of Brooklyn has been deemed officially, like, official thing. And you go to the train station, it says Little Haiti. Like, this is like on the books, similar to Chinatown and Little
That's
Italy,
right.
Where these different districts have been set up. It's great for tourism. It's great for the morale of the people in the community to be recognized like that. So there's that Little Haiti, and there is Haiti in Central Park. Tell us about it.
Well, Haiti in Central Park, Haiti in Manhattan. Let's talk about that. Is where interestingly enough, Haitians have been traveling since they won their independence. So Haitians have been all over the world, have been traveling to New York, since, the 1800s, early 1900s. But the largest wave and influx of Haitians, or the first, I want to say, influx of Haitians that actually left Haiti. I think earlier during our conversation I mentioned, Haitians who left during, the dictatorship. Those Haitians immigrated to the Upper West Side of Manhattan. So this whole thing started on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, which is where the community was. And these were more so, affluent Haitians who were educated and were fleeing, for fear of their lives. Again, living in a dictatorship, living in a country that had a dictatorship. A lot of them just fled, to flee from persecution. Some of them, couldn't really, voice their opinions. Again, educated Haitians that went to school, affluent Haitians. So they initially came. That was the first wave of Haitians before we started hearing about the quote unquote boat people and, Haitians who ended up leaving in the 90s and, late 80s and then early 90s who fled looking for a better life. So those initial Haitians weren't looking for a better life. They just fled because, for fear of their own life and just fear that they couldn't, voice their opinions in a dictatorship. So Manhattan was the first place most Haitians came. And, they came between, and it wasn't even Harlem, it was on the Upper West Side between 82nd Street and that, stretched out up until, 110th Street, which is the beginning of where Harlem starts. And that happened, of course, before, the Brooklyns, the Queens, Long Island, Westchester, Nyack, Spring Valley, New Jersey, East Orange. This is what it was before then. And then there were different waves that came in. So Haiti in Central Park is pretty much the community from Manhattan. The Haitians who lived in Manhattan who after the march on the bridge in 1990, I believe, it might have been 91, after the AIDS walk on the bridge, they started hanging out in Central Park. And what they did, and then they actually started in Washington Square Park and then transitioned over to Central Park. But it was basically the young teenagers at the time, the college students who were here, fresh in the country, and wanted to let America know who they were, And a lot of them would get together Sundays after, the Friday and Saturday club nights, and it was like church on Sundays. So they would get together and pretty much celebrate, the culture in the form of gaga, music, some dancing, a lot of horns, drums, our roots. They would celebrate their roots. And they've been doing that, since the 91. I want to say 92. We've been there for a little bit over 35 years. And still today you can catch the Haitian community in Manhattan. And, of course, that stretches. A lot of them have left now. So, people come from all over today, Brooklyn, Queens, Spring Valley, sometimes New Jersey. And, of course, and mix and mingle with the old community who still comes and celebrates every Sunday during the summertime, starting from like Mother's Day Sunday up until Labor Day Sunday, and if the weather permits, we usually rock out every other Sunday until it gets chilly. But for the most part, it's just the community celebrating Haiti in the form of our culture, our cultural roots, gaga, our music. There's always food there, and of course, dancing.
That's really dope. When I first heard about it, I was surprised. When I first attended, I was surprised to see some non-Haitians there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, the thing is, we were in Central Park, in the heart of it, right by the band shell on 72nd Street. And again, we've been there, since the 90s. So I think that people, from my experience, which is why Haiti is such a rich culture and such a special place. I think that, and I'm not saying that to be biased as well. I think, even if I wasn't Haitian, reading its history, it's very admirable, because it's never been done before. But I realized that the culture, is very attractive to non-Haitians. It took me a while to figure that out and why. And I think it's because of our deep spirituality that transcends into humans, no matter who you are or what color you are or what what your denomination, what your race or nationality is. Haitians have such a strong, like, culture. It's rooted in spirits, it's rooted in the spirits. And I think that's what is such an attraction, it embodies, the truth. And I think that's what people are attracted to. So the sound of the drum, a lot of the times we say they took our drum away from us because it's our heartbeat. I think people are just attracted to just our soul, and how what the music represents. So it's gravitating. I've seen people literally walk by and end up, look like they were heading out the park home, exiting the park, and got caught up for 2 hours.
It's really
like
dope.
a trance, you get caught in it because it's the truth. You
Mm-hmm.
can't help but be attracted to truth,
Mm-hmm.
and authenticity, so I think that's what it is. But yeah, it's very, a lot of, non-Haitians, étrangers, we call them, are very, attracted to the sounds of Gaga, which is the music, the genre.
So if someone wanted to follow that group, be involved, they have their drum, they want to come out, or just want to experience the vibe, how do people find out about it? How can people find it? Because it's a little, obscure if you don't know where the band shell is. Also, you said that sometimes it goes into like an every other week. Is there a way where people can kind of follow and know when the activities will be taking place?
Yeah, absolutely. We're on social media, so you could definitely check us out on IG, which is Haiti in Central Park. We're on TikTok, Haiti in Central Park. We're on Facebook, Haiti Central Park, or Central Park Rara, R-A-R-A. But if you Google us, we also have a website. We also put a book out about 2 years ago, highlighting, it's more of a coffee table type book, but it highlights our history, from the time that we started up until I think that we stopped taking pictures. Well, we didn't stop, but the pictures went up to about 2018. So it just shows the growth of us and the transitioning from the times of the 90s into the 2000s and now the 2000, up to where we are today. You can also go to HaitiInTheCentralPark.com, purchase the book. We're in Barnes and Nobles as well as Amazon Prime. Haiti in Central Park, or Google Haiti in Central Park, and it'll kind of just bring you to where we at. And Haiti in Central Park at gmail.com, Central Park Gaga at gmail.com. We all over like I said, we're on social media. So if you put Haiti in Central Park, you'll find us. You'll get access to us.
That's awesome. See, I didn't know. I don't think all of that was set up when I first started coming out. I just had to
not at all.
Listen for the, follow the drums. And it's funny because there's some other drum circles that happen in Central Park, like not too far. And I heard some drumming, and I'm like, I don't think that's it. Kept going. I heard some other drumming. I said, okay, that's it. Yeah, I know I hear the distinction. I got to go this way. So it's not as, I guess, like a little hidden treasure anymore. It's out now, and people can find it online and follow it on IG. So that's awesome. I really recommend everyone just one Sunday come out and take part of that. All the people who have been letting me know they care about Haiti, they love the culture, you will definitely feel like you're in Haiti for a few hours. So I definitely recommend it. Follow them, support, get the book, because and it's a great thing, like, right? New York is the place for that. New York has been called the melting pot, right? So you can come over for some Haitian culture, right? And you probably leave there, get some Dominican culture, leave there, get some Cuban culture, some Jamaican culture. So it's just really great. We want everyone's culture to be celebrated. And this is just a great way to, if you are not familiar with Haitian culture, this will give you a good immersive experience. And it's so great. And also the hard work it went into, kudos again to you guys to putting the book together. That I know was not easy, but very important for the culture. So very cool.
Yeah, we here to, again, preserve, hashtag preserve the culture,
Nice.
And one of the biggest distinctions with us too, is that we actually have horns. So you'll always hear our horns as opposed to the other drum circles where they're pretty much just drumming. One of the major distinctions is that we have horns. So, you'll know when when you come to Central Park on a Sunday, again, you follow the drums, you listen for the horns, and it'll take you right to where we at. Yeah. You can come in through the park if you're coming through Central Park West, through 72nd Street, and walk through the John Lennon Memorial, Strawberry Fields, and it'll lead you into the band shell. Or if you're coming in from the east side of the park, which is on Fifth Avenue, you can come in through 69th Street, and you'll pass right by Summer Stage. Everyone knows Summer Stage, which will also lead you right into the band shell. So you can't miss us. You can't miss us.
Right, cool. And how do you get into or learn more about Spring Break in Haiti?
Spring Break in Haiti, definitely log on to our website. We're also on social media as well. SpringBreakinHaiti.com. You can check us out on Facebook at Spring Break in Haiti, or Spring Break in IT. You can also check us out on, same, Instagram, Spring Break in Haiti, TikTok, Spring Break in Haiti, and, email us, springbreakinhaiti@gmail.com. If you have any questions, if you have a group, an organization, again, we do take students in groups out to Haiti and Dominican Republic, and New York City now. We're also doing New York City tours. We started that this year where we're exposing, Central Park, aka Seneca Village, an old African American community Central Park used to be. So we highlight that and how, through and because of eminent domain, we have today what we call Central Park. We also do a tour of the African Burial Ground, the Mohawk Museum in Brooklyn, as well as the UN. There's an ark that was a monument that was it was actually a replica of the Door of No Return, the Door of Return, I believe they called it. But it was actually built by I can't think of his name. He's also Haitian. He did the monument at the African Burial Ground. A Haitian gentleman. He also was working with us as well. So we're doing tours in New York City as well. So any school, institution, program, organization that would love to, view Haiti, see Haiti, work in Haiti, feel free to reach out to us.
Okay. So one last question in terms of going to Haiti and or DR. Is that only in like spring break time you would take people?
No.
Or do those, it goes all year round, right?
All year round, yep. We do fall semester tours, as well as summer tours as well. So it's the theme, Spring Break in Haiti is what we we're marketing and promoting, but we do tours throughout the year.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So thank you again, Gregory Jesus LUC, for coming on and speaking to us about this very important topic of Haiti that we both love so much and so many people around the world love as well. And we do have hope that Haiti will rise and rise even stronger than ever before. With your help, with people like yourself and others, it definitely will happen.
I appreciate you again, and we're only doing our part, as you mentioned. It's for this to happen, it's going to take a collective, and you're doing the work as well, and I appreciate you for supporting us throughout these years, and the same here, I support everything that you do, all your endeavors, future endeavors as well. And however, we can continue to work together, I'm always looking, to do something that's productive, instead of just talking. So, we're here. I'm open. I'm available. We're working with Yusef Salam's office right now. And we're working on promoting, again, Seneca Village. We're working with Professor Signoret, one of the professors who has been doing a lot of the research behind Seneca Village and Central Park. So, we all, again, it all goes back to Haiti. Haiti's incorporated, in everything that we do. And it's just about educating people, re-educating some people that don't know.
Right, absolutely. Well, thank you again. This is WHCR 90.3 FM. You've been listening to PJ Show. I'm your host, Pajani PJ Fleury. Peace, family.
Allez, c'est